Hi, I'm Donald White, Science Content Specialist for Coweta County School System. I want to welcome you to the inaugural Coweta Innovation Expo Shark Tank. The Innovation Expo is designed to highlight student innovative thought in areas of invention, design, and community service. The projects that you're going to see today are the 4 finalists selected from all of the middle school projects that were submitted as part of the process. Our finalists will be interviewed by our sharks, who are community members known for their innovative thought and community service. We hope you enjoy today's presentation of the Coweta Innovation Expo Shark Tank.
Now, come on. Come on. I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. One second. Boys, hang on, boys!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Hello, I'm Steve Mader. I'm with Southtown Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac here in Noonan, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Haskell Craver, and I serve as the City of Noonan's Business Development Director.
I'm Sarah Lees, and I'm the Clinical Intellectual Property Manager at Cancer Treatment Centers of America at Southeastern Regional Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Chad Ramey. I'm a computer science undergraduate student at Georgia Tech and the former president of the Georgia Tech Invention Studio.
Hello, my name is Jackson Jessup, and I'm from the Central Educational Center. And have you ever gone to the bathroom and you're washing your hands and you notice the person in front of you just left the bathroom without washing their hands? And so you don't want to touch the doorknob because there's bacteria on the doorknob that can cause diseases such as salmonella, hand, foot, and mouth disease, and E. coli. And so you could grab a paper towel and just grab the doorknob and open it. But then there might not be a trash can near the door, and there also might not even be paper towels because there's blow dryers in there to dry off your hands. And so the bathroom bacteria blocker, well, it'll help you open the doors by hooking onto the handle, and then you push down with your foot and push the door open in order to keep you from getting bacteria that can cause E. coli, salmonella, and hand, foot, mouth disease.
Well, Jackson, thank you very much for presenting, and I enjoyed your research. I read it thoroughly, and I commend you on the fact how much research you've done on the project. And you opened my eyes to the germs on those handles. But I do have a few questions for you. Your application, it seems to work well on a lever handle. Is there a particular adjustment you have for a knob that would work just as well?
No.
So it's just strictly an application for levers?
Yes.
And what about handicap? Have you considered the handicap piece of this for people in wheelchairs or elderly?
No.
So it's your response basically is for young mobile people in one situation.
Yes.
Have you done any cost forecasting on this, what it costs to put together and what you could sell it for?
No.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jackson, thanks for your time today. How long did it take you to put together the bathroom bacteria blocker?
It took a couple weeks, but I could only go to, I built it in the construction class here at CEC. Mm-hmm. And so we built it in there, and he wasn't always able to do stuff because he was working with his other classes. Mm-hmm. And so it took a couple of weeks, but that.
Did you find along your path to your prototype here that you had to make modifications or change it?
Well, I had blueprints, but then he helped me change up the blueprints and make this. So I never really had to change a prototype.
Great.
Thank you for coming today. I really enjoyed the idea behind your product. I do agree with you that that's an unmet need that really needs to be solved. One of the things that I thought about, and it may have just been an ease for making this prototype, have you thought about cleaning in terms of the wood and sanitation, and whether this might absorb bacteria, and if there's other materials that you might propose making this out of?
Yes. I thought if I would actually produce it, then I would make it out of metal. But we didn't have the resources here to make a metal one.
Okay, great. The other thing I wanted to think about, and I don't know if you put any thought into this, did you design this for one specific door, and are all lever-handled doors the same height, and would you maybe need to make a couple of different variations of heights to address all different lever-handled doors?
I made it so it would fit with all lever handles, but it might not work if the lever is too far away from the door for this to hook on.
Okay, great, thank you.
Hey, thanks for showing us your product. I was really impressed with how you considered other options that were already on the market, and I liked how you took that into consideration, and you mentioned those other options and how you were different, and how you were suiting a particular market. That was really great. And in the spirit of the past two questions, I was kind of wondering, if you were going forward with this, is this something that you would try to produce yourself, or have you looked at other manufacturing options with producing it out of metal?
I haven't looked at producing it at all.
Yeah.
Jackson, thank you very much. We enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you.
Kids. We may never figure them out. But finding quality childcare doesn't have to be a mystery. Quality Rated Childcare is a tool that rates Georgia programs so you can feel more confident about your choice. Visit qualityrated.org.
Hello, I'm Callie Frazier. In 8th grade, I go to Madras Middle School. Okay, here is my product. Y'all can pass it around. Okay. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the Comeback Pack. The Comeback Pack is an invention of mine designed to help athletes heal with speed and ease. Inspired by the incredibly busy, never-ending, on-the-go lives of athletes, like I know very well myself, this product allows you to remain mobile while you continue to recover. The key to mobility is the 2 Velcro straps and the envelope folds on the end of the pack that keeps in your ice or heating packs. Along with the mobility function, this product allows you to have a number of ways to aid the pain area, no matter how large or small, with its 4 pockets that can fold or expand to fit your large or small needs. Accompanied by the Comeback Pack in your purchase will be 4 microwavable and reusable rice-filled heating packs made from the same thin, soft fabric as the pack is. Now, I'm going to show you how fast and functional the Comeback Pack truly is. Okay, so first you pick a pocket, you put the ice or heating pack in, kind of like you would a pillow in a pillowcase. Fold it back over, and the way you fold it just depends on how many ice or heating packs you're using. Now I usually use it on my knee, so I will show you that today. Okay, so take your Velcro straps and strap them on tight. Okay. Then you can put on your second one if needed. And then you can tighten it, and then there you go. As you can see, if you walk around with it on, it is completely stable and will not fall off, which allows you to walk around while still doing your regular activities and healing. Now that you've seen the Comeback Pack in action, you can understand why it can help so many busy athletes heal themselves and still remain mobile. In the future, I hope to create more comeback packs that suit everyone's taste and help athletes come back strong. Now, do you have any questions?
Well, Callie, first off, I'll start by saying I love it.
Thank you.
I'm a long distance runner myself, and I oftentimes find myself moving ice packs around, heating packs, trying to sit on one way, lay on one another way, and not only do I take up the couch at my house and push everyone else off, but I oftentimes can't figure out a way to actually get to the spot needing treatment. So thank you. Thank you for making this for me and the other long distance runners in our community and the other athletes. If you can, talk a little bit about the costs associated with producing the product and time. How long does it take to make one set, and do you have an idea of what it costs to make one?
The price for this product would be $19.99, and I can make one of these like really quick. Like the blue one that you all have, I made in 2 days. I made the comeback pack itself in 1 day, and then the next day I made the microwavable packs.
Okay. What does it cost you to make it?
Oh gosh, I don't completely remember, but I think around like $13.
Okay.
So.
Great. Thank you.
I agree. I think it's a fantastic idea. One of the things that came into my mind, though, is with the rice packs, fitting in here, I don't see, any cause for concern. But with the ice packs, when you put them in there, did you notice the fabric starting to change, become wet? And was that any concern in the comfort or the way that it felt on your skin? Like, because this is like a really soft fabric.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't notice any different, and the users that tested it out for me, they didn't notice any problems.
So you said you had some users that tested it out. How many people did you have that you tested it with?
I believe 6, and a few others since then, because I used it for my science fair project, so they tested it out for that, and then others have used it too.
Okay, great. The only other thing that came into my mind as well is that I suffer from migraines, and one of the things that really helps me is having heat packs. So if you thought about other uses as well, just beyond athletes who might also benefit from heating and cooling?
No, ma'am, I have not thought of anything else, but I have thought about making like smaller versions, like maybe not the whole pack, but just like one section.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll start with, I really like the modularity of your design and the fact that you could go down to like a smaller or a larger size with these individual packs. That's really, really cool. I also really like that you've given us a table on a spreadsheet of all of your user trials and their results, which gives us some pretty good data for what the feedback on your product already is. That's great. I was wondering if you've experimented with any other strap materials or different ways that it might be easier for one person to put it on themselves? I
have not, it's sad to say, but I hope to like make it easier to, or find different ways.
Yeah, that's something that maybe additional user trials might give you some data on as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly, I'm Steve.
Hello.
Once again, I enjoyed the research that you did on this. I read it all, and I read your trials. I did notice it's mostly ladies that tried this, only one guy.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason that mostly women, that's your connections?
Well, my mom took it to her high school and had people in her class try it out, and she's a cheerleading coach, so she got a few of her cheerleaders that did also multiple sports. So we kind of
understand.
Yeah.
And the reviews were all great. Were there any negative reviews? Did you get any negative comments or pushbacks on this item?
No, sir.
I think it's a very good item. It's
Thank you.
easy to make. Obviously, when you said you made it in a day, but probably took you less than an hour to do that, I would think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really remember.
And the ice packs are a separate item. They don't come with the.
I am not selling those with that.
So it's just the rice packs and
Yes,
the sleeves and the straps.
Yes, sir.
It's a good idea. Thank you very much,
Thank
and good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Well, Callie, before we let you go, I have one last question. Where do you see this product moving into stores? Do you have a particular retail location you think would be a buyer for you?
I haven't really thought about that, but I guess sporting goods stores and maybe like all-purpose stores, like maybe Walmart or something.
Good, good.
So.
Well, Callie, thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming. Wonderful job. Keep pushing, keep trying, and I hope to see you again soon with the comeback pack.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's an honor. Can I have the packs back? Thank you.
She's coming back for her pack.
Thank you.
Think twice. This could happen to anybody, no matter how old you are, how young you are.
On our way home, we decided to stop and look at Christmas lights.
All I remember is impact. Every day of my life. Wake up thinking about it and go to sleep thinking about it. Not a moment that it goes by that I don't think about it.
Without Abby in our lives, our family's changed forever. I want to make a plea to anyone that gets in a car that they pay complete attention to what they are doing and do not let themselves get distracted in any way, so that this doesn't happen to another family and they do not have to endure the pain that we have.
Hi, I'm Grace Smith, and I'm from CEC. Are you someone who's always dropping your soap in the shower? It slips out of your hands or it falls to the ground and it just takes time. Or maybe you're someone who uses a bath puff or a towel in the shower and you have to take the time in the morning to soap it up or wash it off. Or maybe you're someone who uses your hands in the shower and you have to soap up your hands like constantly, like all the time. I know these things may not seem like they take up a lot of time in the mornings, but it can take up time. This time could be better spent like doing your makeup in the morning, or grabbing a breakfast bar, or actually brushing your teeth. My solution to all your problems is the soap puff. With a simple twist, you've got endless amounts of suds. So what I did is I took a bath puff or a bath scrunchie and soap, and I combined them together to make the soap puff. I took apart a bath puff and I used the mesh and wrapped it around a bar of soap. I put 2 ties on the end so that the soap doesn't fall out. It looks like candy, but it's not, so don't have your kids eating it. The mesh around the soap puff reduces the friction on the soap, or increases the friction, so that it's less likely to slip out of your hands and fall to the ground. Also, most people don't know this, but bath puffs are only supposed to be used for about 30 days. If you think about it, germs can build up, and no one really wants to be using that. But most of us don't really know that, or either we forget. So the bath puff, with the soap puff, you have the soap on the inside, and as you use it, the soap will wear down. So once the soap runs out, you'll know it's time to switch. The bath puff saves you time in the morning. It prevents the soap from slipping out of your hands, and it's more hygienic. So with all those reasons, why wouldn't you choose the bath puff or the soap puff?
Great. Well, thank you so much, Grace. I really liked hearing more about your product. Your explanation actually helped a lot. One of the things that I was not sure about when I looked at the website that you had was whether or not it was going to come with the soap already included, and whether or not the soap was going to be interchangeable, so whether I was going to have to replace it or not. And so it's very clear now that that's just, it comes with that 1 bar of soap, and once it's done, I throw it away. So that's really helpful. One of the things that is interesting, though, that I want to hear your thoughts on is that, when you go in the soap aisle, there's tons and tons of soap choices. So what are your thoughts on what kinds of soap that you would have in there, and would there be multiple choice options?
I haven't really thought about that. I figured I'd probably just use your average bar of soap. There might be 1 or 2 options, maybe softer for women's, and then maybe just a cheaper option for those that need it.
Okay. Then the other question that I had is having to do with the rope that you have tied around on the ends. Is it just functional for, keeping the soap in there, or are there other uses for the rope?
Well, it's one, yes, it keeps the soap in there, most importantly, but there's also like a little spot that you can like put your arm through so it doesn't fall out of, it's another safety feature that keeps it from falling out of your hands.
Okay, great, thank you so much.
So I really liked hearing more about your project. I also liked reading how you considered maybe incorporating some soap mixing into pre-existing shower heads, and I thought that was pretty cool, especially with the Internet of Things market that's been coming up in the past couple of years. It was neat to think about maybe an automated shower head someday that could squirt soap out at you. But with your project, I also liked that you brought up experimental design and you had some test data on the website. One of the things I was still curious about, though, is if you've done any material sourcing analysis or how much building one of these products would be when you are not sourcing the material from the bath puff and maybe just on its own. Have you considered where you would get the material from or how much it would cost to build a bath puff, or I mean a soap puff?
Well, for my project, I got my materials from the dollar store.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so altogether, I actually split the bar of soap up some, so there was a little less soap than a normal bar of soap. So it actually cost only like 15 cents because the soap puffs, actually came, or the bath puffs actually came in like packs of 5.
Okay.
So with all that together, it only cost about 15 cents to make one.
Awesome.
Grace, I'm Steve, and I thought your website for this was great. The colors were very lively, very professionally done. I liked your research. I liked the sliding on the tray. You had everything down to the centimeter, didn't you? It was great. I do have a couple questions. Your target market for advertising going after, predominantly women or both men and women?
I figured I'd go after both. I mean, everybody could use it, right?
I would think so, yes. And testing, have you tested this with anybody outside the family yet?
No, I actually haven't.
So no results back, no reviews?
No.
Very good.
Sorry.
Everybody, one of the advantages of going next to last, everybody sort of asked the questions already, but I think you did a wonderful job. Your presentation online was great, and your presentation here was very enthusiastic, so thank you.
Grace, thanks. A quick question I have. Do you anticipate selling your product in a packet, 1, 2, 3? How many do you get in a packet?
I figured we'd probably do about 2. That's an adequate number.
So a 60-day supply, you anticipate it being like a 2-month supply?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations. I think you did a great job. And I'd be, I don't want to be presumptuous, but I could see this in the beauty care aisle sometime soon.
All right, well, thank you so much, Grace, for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy. My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Hi, I'm Renee Strack. I'm from CEC, and I'm here to show you my product. How many of you come home to a pet and it causes a hair mess like this? How many of you consider this to be a nuisance, a waste of your time, a good for nothing? What if I told you that I could use this to solve a problem in our community? Much like we tend to sweep this fur away, we also tend to sweep away our growing homeless problem. They are not a nuisance, they are not a waste of our time, and they are not a good for nothing. They have great potential, much like this fur. What if I told you that I could use this fur to make yarn? We could come together and we could knit the yarn to make clothing for the homeless. That's what Yarn of Coweta is all about. One person can sweep away fur, but it takes a community to make a difference.
Awesome. Renee, thanks for your presentation. It's really cool to see a project oriented at giving back, and I really liked your website, your presentation on exactly which fur works best and how long it takes to turn into yarn was really cool. And I had one predominant question after reading through everything. I guess with looking at the future progress of this project, it seems like making the yarn actually takes a lot of time, and I guess I was kind of wondering if you were maybe planning on incorporating the homeless people maybe into the process of making the yarn for the clothes that goes back to helping the community, or if you were incorporating some sort of machines or advanced manufacturing technique to make the yarn, or what your plans were for actually producing the yarn down the road.
I haven't actually thought about using the homeless to create this, but that's a good idea. I did think about using schools and people at elderly shelters or elderly homes to make this. And I actually found out that there's about 6 that would be willing to make this right now in one not homeless shelter, in one elderly home for the elderly.
Yeah, excellent.
Renee, I'm Steve. I thought the data you supplied was just wonderful. I really did. The amount of time it takes to make this, how you went about getting it, the details were wonderful. Your business plan was very in-depth. I thought you could have done a little bit more with it, but you've done a lot with it. It was very, 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 very good. But I have a couple questions. Other than you're hiring your entire family to do this, I get it. Have you tried the trial sales with anybody else?
No, I have not.
Did you test the market to see what people were willing to pay for something like this?
No, it was just for the homeless.
But I think you mentioned in your presentation that there was you were going to probably sell some of these things. No? No. I read it wrong? My mistake. Forgive me. What about, there was no mention of cost, however, in the...
We're getting the fur from groomers.
Yes, but the labor, in your business plan, you suggested that you were going to have 15 employees.
Elderly.
Ah, I missed that part also, forgive me. So they were volunteering their time. Gotcha. Well, that answered everything. Thank you very much.
Renee, thank you. Thanks for the kind of the altruistic nature of this project. It's wonderful. I'd like to ask a question. During your research and development phase, you talked about cleaning the fur. For those amongst us, I being one, who are allergic to pet dander, how could I take part in this project? How could, for those, the individuals that will eventually be wearing your product, is there a way, or have you thought about a way to remove the pet dander for those allergic folks amongst us? And if so, if you would please discuss that.
We did actually do some research on it, and it said that if you actually just put dishwasher soap in it and you clean it and then you just leave it sitting there in the water, it actually gets rid of most of it. So.
Well, good. Thank you.
My mom's allergic to pet hair too, and she was able to do it. So.
All right. Sneeze free, mommy?
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
Thank you for the project. It was nice to see something that was about giving back. So that was a nice change of pace from some of the other projects that we saw. One of the things that I took note of was the amount of time that it takes. And one of the things that you mentioned was that, with practice, people get better and we get faster.
Yeah.
How long does it take to learn how to do this?
To knit?
Yeah.
For me, I did not know how to knit. It took me about an hour. It didn't take that long. It's fairly simple, actually.
And did you notice that the longer that you practice, like how quickly did your speed get up?
I'm very clumsy, so it did take me a while to learn how to fully make an entire row, but it's coming along.
And do you think that, I'm presuming that you maybe had to learn things online or watch videos or things like that, but maybe having somebody come in person and teach somebody, do you think that that might be a faster way to get people up to speed and train them more quickly?
We thought about that too, yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Renee, thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Look, I know you all have your minds made up now, but I want you to go back and think about all this. We had Jackson up here first with the bathroom bacteria blocker. This young man has done a lot of research on the germs that grow in the men's and ladies' rooms around the country. And his thought process and his testing in this have been very, very good. He's turned a lot of good details out. He's made us aware of a lot of things. He's opened my eyes to several things. So Jackson with his bathroom bacteria blocker.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree. I'm a little concerned with what seems to be kind of a narrow ability to open doors. I think it was during our conversation we talked about whether or not this could be used for a knob application or a lever only, and the answer was for a lever only, and that concerns me a little bit. I do understand that there are lots of bacteria about in the restroom. I commend the gentleman for going after trying to block it. But that's one concern that I have about this product.
I agree. I really like the applications that we have for opening the lever door handles. I agree that he addressed that really well. But one of the things that he didn't necessarily look at all of the options. It seems like he focused really just on one door handle in particular, and I'm a little concerned that maybe that he do more trials to really look at all the different bathroom doors and make sure that this really addresses it. And the material, he made it just out of that wood. I would like to see him maybe do some more prototypes with some different materials.
And Renee, with her project, had done a really, really good job of thinking about how she can give back, how she could make a product that could help homeless folks in the Coweta community. And I was really impressed with her pretty well thought out business plan. She had considered a couple of different manufacturing technologies or techniques and different processes for how she could produce her product at little to no cost by getting fur from groomers, and then involving elderly people from the community to actually make the product. I thought she had a very well thought out plan, not only for what her product was, but how to actually make the product as well.
I happen to agree with you on that. Renee did some great research, and you got to love her heart for helping the homeless. The fact that I think once she's able to crack the veterinarians and get the animal hair from there in large quantities and get the time down on the manufacturing of these scarves, she's going to be something to deal with. I agree with you.
All good points, but let's talk about who we know put a product in front that we will all see in Target and Walmart tomorrow, and that's the Comeback Pack. Not only am I a runner, I know a number of us are. They're kind of being physically fit is part of kind of contemporary society, and this is something I honestly believe I could see myself, my wife, friends of mine, colleagues of mine using not only at home but in the office. I think it's easy to market. She was able to explain how you can get the products, manufacture the products. It's multiple applications. While there may have been maybe a few outstanding issues as it relates to can it take on a cold product more as easily as it does a warm product? The Comeback Pack is something I think we'll see on store shelves tomorrow.
She might need to work on her strap technology, though. During her demo, it looked a little bit awkward when she was trying to strap it onto her knee. And while she does present a lot of really good data from her user trials, which I was super impressed with, she didn't really have any feedback on the straps and maybe other prototypes that can consider different strap technologies or materials.
And one of the products that I really thought was great was the soap puff. It's something that everyone uses. I think the market for that is extraordinarily large. And then when she talked about the amount of capital it actually took for her to make one product, I mean, that's incredibly small. So the return on the investment when somebody's going to get to use it for an entire month, I think that's an incredibly long amount of time. Also, she had a lot of data that she had put up there that really backed up where the different prototypes that she worked through and why she came to the conclusion that she did on the one that she presented.
Sarah, you just like that 35% profit margin.
I do.
So I think we've all made up our minds.
I think we're close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry-cloth diapers breathe better?
I did. It's totally true.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah, that's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
Welcome back, contestants. Let me first start by congratulating you from a wide field of your contemporaries down to the final four. So congratulations on that. Each of your projects, each of your inventions had wonderful merits, had a number of great aspects to them. The judges and I, the Sharks and I, went back and forth, trying to figure out who's going to rise to the top. And I don't know that I necessarily think that it was a clear winner, but for the sake of today, we chose one. So we're going to start by letting Grace, while we enjoyed everything you had with you, we want to thank you for everything you're doing. Don't stop doing it. Keep pushing. Great ideas. Just a couple ideas that were shared amongst us that we think you can help kind of better move it forward. We're trying to look at how you scale the project and how you can kind of make it more ready for the consumer appetite. So Grace, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, our final three. Callie, Renee, and Jackson. Each had great projects. One really pulled at the heartstrings, another I could use tomorrow, and then, sir, one that hit home with a lot of folks, the bacteria we see in our bathrooms every day. Jackson, we love the idea. We loved your identification of what is definitely an issue. But our concern simply was that the object or your invention seemed to only work with lever-handled doors. We hope you will take this feedback and go back and see if you can't work on a knob-oriented door and develop it even more and pay closer attention to maybe even prototyping a metal-type product. As another one of the Sharks had talked about, there was concern about how would the wood absorb bacteria from the door for those people who didn't buy, those silly people who didn't buy your invention. So Jackson, for that, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and here we go. So Renee, Callie, we enjoyed them very much. Renee, you had a great job of pulling at our heartstrings, the altruistic side of things, trying to troubleshoot what is a byproduct from groomers and veterinarians and move that into a space that would continue to benefit the community. So I commend you on that. Callie, you had a product, like I've joked before, that we could see in stores tomorrow. And it was a hard decision and not a clear decision. And I'd venture to guess, to be honest with you, not even a unanimous decision. But today's decision will hopefully make the Eagles of Madras Middle School happy. So Callie, you are the winner of the inaugural Shark Week competition here. So congratulations to you. I hope to see the comeback pack not only on my shelf, but on the shelf at the major retailers soon. So congratulations and thank you. Well, Callie, I'm also happy to say that the people agreed with the Sharks. Your product, the comeback pack, and your idea also won the People's Choice Award. So thank you. Congratulations. And on behalf of the people and the Sharks, congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Callie. Callie, congratulations on winning the first annual Coweta Innovation Expo Shark Tank. Well, that's a big title. You did an outstanding job with your product. I just wanted to know, has this experience encouraged you to take your product further? Do you see any future plans for it, or are you ready just to drop it and say, I'm done with this one?
This has encouraged me to continue growing with it. I think I do want to start selling these and just see based off of that, like how far it can go, and maybe see if stores will start selling it. So.
I think it's fantastic. Obviously, you impressed the Sharks, and you impressed the people too. The people agreed with the Sharks, making you the People's Choice and our Shark Tank winner. So just congratulations again on a wonderful project, and congrats to your teacher, Mr. Lutz, over at Madras. I know all of the Madras Eagles are excited for you, and just congratulations again. And thank you all for joining us on our first inaugural Coweta Innovation Expo Shark Tank here at the CEC. I want to say thank you to the video production crew here at the CEC, all the teachers, and our Sharks who joined us today. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you again next year, same time, same channel.